Hey, Shooby Doodlers, how are you doing? I just seen pop up on the screen here. Hello, Kit Benz, who is my my niece's little voice is my great nephew. Kit, how are you doing? Everybody is off school. Everybody is home. Everybody's off work. Oh dear, oh dear. But I am here, and you are there. I got some interesting um, things. What have we got saying here? Somebody saying, watching from my clean bedroom. This is Trails T. Clean bedroom, clean for once. There's nothing else to do, is there? Clean things up, tidy up. Who else have we got? And Nat, Nate as well. Says, hi, Uncle Shoo. How are you doing? Say hello to your mum from me. Carla Harrell watching from Eastman, Georgia. How are you doing? Trails TMM Big Shed. Hi Judy, how are you doing? Hello from a very sunny but cold Hampshire. It's really getting quite warm here, certainly in the studio. I had a panic. My clock is now saying 12 minutes to 4. So I was casually finishing off a piece of artwork thinking, I'll go and get a cup of tea and a piece of cake, and I just tidy up around me, get ready. And I went in, and Mrs. Rayner said, oh, could you get me an invoice? She's doing the account. So I came back out, and I printed out the account and there's a sheet and sent it off and took it in. I said, oh, what's the time? I said, looking at the kitchen clock. She said, it's 5 minutes to 4. So I came rushing out here, and in about 3 minutes, I got everything fixed up. And here I am. And there you are. So what have we got? Trails, animation of Shoo getting ready. That's what we probably need, isn't it? Cup of tea down, pen at the ready. Hello, Kit, again from Leon C. Big Shed. I have tea and homemade bread pud. Is that bread and butter pudding? Judy, I don't know. Well, I have got dun, 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 Mrs. Rayner's rhubarb and date cake, because I was picking some rhubarb this weekend, so the rhubarb is up and ready to eat. Trails TM is smiling. Hannah Fountain watching from Rhode Island. We have a show on the TV here called Countdown. And you have to get the least amount of points if you've... No, not... It's Pointless, it's called Pointless. And there was a question last week where you had to name an American state with an E in it. And you had to get the one which the fewest people guessed. And Rhode Island, I did well. I think I got the third lowest. So I was quite... Vermont was the least chosen one. So there you go. Rhode Island. I have been through Rhode Island. We went on the train from Boston to New York, and it kind of stopped in Rhode Island, and woo, off we went again. So I just remember a great big kind of Senate building or something like that. That's what I remember of Rhode Island. Hi, Trian is here. Hi, Schmidt family. Hi from the Schmidts. How are you? Jessica Taylor. Hello, Shoo. Clay Ratcliffe. Hi, Clay. How are you doing? Elohim. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for watching. Watching while procrastinating, working on my picture book. Well, that's what we do. It's not procrastination. It's allowing the creativity to flow. Borangungo. Ooh, Shoo, hello from Istanbul. This is just everywhere, isn't it? Karina Christia, hello from Manchester. Hello there, how are you doing? What was I thinking about? I was thinking about Manchester today for some reason. I've been sitting here illustrating, painting all day, and it crossed my mind that while I'm sitting illustrating, I go to places in my head, and I have these very, very... definite senses of, it's kind of almost like being in a place, and I kind of wake up, and I was certainly in Manchester today, walking down Oxford Road. so I've been with you there in spirit anyway, Karina. So there we are. Trail says, yummy bread pudding, no butter. Okay, there we go. Not quite like lardy cake. Lardy cake is the thing. If you don't know what lardy cake is, it's a very British thing. It's made of lard, which is very fatty, and it's kind of like a bready kind of cake, and then it has a kind of a toffee kind of, and it's just have it a little bit warm. Trails, I watched 8 out of 10 Cats Countdown. Yeah, that's funny. Carla Harwell, this is our first time watching live. Looking forward to your show. Yeah, me too, because I'm not sure what I'm doing. Ruth Smith. Hi, Ruth, from Delaware. Hi, Ruth. Judah G, I can't wait to see what we are drawing. Well, I do actually have a bit of a plan. Janine Stanfield, hello from California. We are from all over the place. Maxine Davis, hello from Mississippi. Bob Book. Shoo, my comfort YouTuber from Massachusetts. Massachusetts was the second least said. No, it wasn't. Massachusetts was a bit higher, actually. That was my first choice, and then somebody got that, didn't get too high, and then I went for Rhode Island. That's it. And if you weren't watching that, bit, Bob, you won't know what on earth I'm talking about. You'd have to go back. And again, saying, hey, Shoo, you know my Uncle Andrew Taylor. This is bizarre. I do know Andrew Taylor, and he lives about 3/4 of a mile that way. Just literally down the road and round the corner. And so he's my good friend, Andrew. And he's a crime fiction author. He's got a new book coming out soon. I think it's the third in his Great Fire of London trilogy. So there we are. We were going to have I think this weekend it was going to be, this weekend or next weekend, we were going to have a launch party for his new novel, and the library's shut down, so we can't do that. There's so many consequences to this coronavirus thing. So what am I going to do? It was Mother's Day yesterday, and I nearly cried. I'm lucky I had my mother living with me, so I could see her, which a lot of people weren't able to do yesterday. But I nearly cried when I saw in Holland a flower producer, and they'd produced all these flowers for Mother's Day, and then no one was buying them, obviously, because no one was taking them anywhere, and they were just piling them in the middle of a courtyard and bulldozing them, and they were worried they were going to go bust. There are just so many consequences to this pandemic thing, and so I'm going to be here every day, and I'll sort of cheer you up a little bit, not go on too much about the bad things that are going on, but that just really upset me yesterday. And let me tell you about tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is going to be really exciting because I have got Steve Anthony is going to come and join me. And Steve Anthony is a children's author, picture book author and illustrator. So he's going to come on and show us some of his stuff. And he and I are going to chat about picture books, drawing, stuff like that. And he's very successful. Great illustrator. So if you've got questions for him, let me know beforehand. And go and have a look at his site. I put a link in the comments box below, in the description box below. But it's steveanthony.com without an H. It's not Anthony, it's Antony. steveanthony.com, children's author. If you look, you'll find that. So if you've got questions for him tomorrow, that would be good. And it would be really interesting to see if I can manage the technology. But so anyway, yesterday was Mother's Day. And well, if you're an illustrator, you can't go and buy a card, can you? It's just not done. And after so many years, it's not expected. So I've probably been making Mother's Day cards for my mum since I was sort of 4 or 5 years old, I should think. And so, I'm getting on a bit now. It gets harder and harder to think of things. And it's usually kind of the night before I sort of go, the idea comes to me. So it came to me this time, and I thought the sun had burst out and spring was here. And so I went, and this is a kind of the first rough that I did. And I thought it'd be quite fun to go through this drawing with you. So if you have got pens and pencils and watercolour sets, then you can join in. So I'll paint it with you as well. And if you haven't got a watercolour set. I think if I press a button here, I can't remember what it said. Anyway, shall I press this button and it'll tell you something about watercolour sets? Let's just see what happens, and if it's boring, I'll come back. No. So, no, I'm gonna have to do that. So anyway, I have got this watercolour. I'm going to change over to the overhead camera. This is a Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolour set, which is cheap and cheerful, and if you're starting off, it's just absolutely perfect. It's all you need. And I'm going to be using an aquash, a Pentel aquash brush. Is the sound working? Yeah, it is. Good. I have to keep checking that. So this is a Pentel aquash brush, and it has water in the barrel. So you unscrew it and fill the barrel up like that, which is really, really great for going out sketching and things, and really great if you've got kids and you don't want to have dirty jam jars and everything. Let me get a piece of... Now, interestingly, this is kitchen towel. I was in the supermarket last week, and of course, all the toilet roll had gone. Everybody's panicked about toilet roll here in the UK. And I gather we're going out panic buying toilet roll. I gather in the States everybody's going out panic buying guns, which says a lot about our cultures. And I went down, so all the toilet rolls sort of shelves were bare, and then there were 2 rows of kitchen towel on the top. There were just 2 packets, and there was one couple, an elderly sort of couple, staring at it, wondering should they get it while they could. So I went and reached up and grabbed one. I said, I'm quite happy to spend the evenings chopping it up into little squares if it's too big, so that we can use it later for other purposes. But get some kitchen towel, because that is really, really good. And when you use an aquash brush, you kind of get some paint on the brush, and then you kind of paint a little bit like that. And then when you want to clean the brush, you just slightly squeeze the barrel and it goes clear. And I know Judy in the big shed will be going, yeah, but my brush is all clogged up. And they do that sometimes, and I've discovered why. And so you can clean them out, you can kind of pull the whole thing apart, and it's actually, they grow bugs in there, and that's what the problem is. You get a kind of algae growing in there. And so you need to kind of pull the whole thing out and just kind of stick it in bleach for 5 minutes just to kill off the algae, and then clean it all out, and then carefully put it all back together again. It can be done. I keep meaning to make a video about that. So where are we now? So this is the lady that I'm going to do, and I think, I've been looking at some other YouTube people today who do drawings, and they're very kind of classical or whatever, and I think I'm not, am I, really? I said to do these loosey drawings, as they were described recently. I think it's quite hard to let yourself go and do loose drawing, and I think the thing is, because we're just sort of so used to seeing perfect photographs, we're used to seeing kind of realistic drawings and things like that, and we feel it ought to look like a photograph, but it doesn't have to. And I think that's the real thing that I want over this period, while I do these shows. I want to get you to free you. I'm giving you an artistic license, okay, to not make your drawings look like photographs, okay? So they don't have to. And I think that's also a sort of a secret of illustration. I think there is a branch of illustration which is kind of showing you how to, how to put an IKEA sort of Billy bookcase together, which has to look quite technical. So that's technical illustration. But I think illustrating stories and illustrating journals, illustrating your life, I think you can be much freer and not be bound by perspective and things. Illustration is about telling stories. It's not about recreating the world in a 3D kind of image on a 2D platform. Does that make sense? So I'm going to get a pencil, and I'm going to tell you also that I use a rotary ticky graphic pen. Those who watch me a lot know that's what I really like, and I have tried lots and lots of pens. This is the one that I love. It might not be the one that you love, but it responds to me and I respond to it. So, and of course there are links in the description box to all these things, which will take you to Amazon. And if you buy them at Amazon, I will get an affiliate cut of the price, but you won't pay any more, so that will help to run this show. If ever you want to buy anything from Amazon, in fact, go through one of my links, and you will be helping the show. So, right, we want to get this kind of feeling of buying, and we can start. Hang on, so I just need to see what. Oh, I've got a new screen over here. My mum's given me her old TV screen, so I can see. Yeah, so that's good. So if we start with the head, are you following? Let's see what we got. Lots of stuff going on here. Sorry, kitchen towels. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here which I'm missing out on. Missing out on a lot of the chat. First time, I can't wait to see what we have to yell over Mississippi. I'm dreading Father's Day. Oh, he passed away a few years back. I still got my mother. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trails. Yeah, my dad, he passed away when I was 20, so it's been a long time. Clay Raptor, same here. She couldn't get toilet paper or paper towels for a week. No idea how it looks at the moment. There we are, kitchen towel. There we are, Charles. Shoo, you're the golden age. Not many artists have this talent anymore. Chris Big Dry, I feel freer drawing on newspaper than in sketchbooks. No, I quite understand that. Hannah Fountain says, what pen are you using? Hannah Fountain? It's a fountain pen. No, that's not a funny joke. You've heard that 300 times before, haven't you? Cheetah Rose, you use a rotary pencil? Yeah, I have one. Hannah Fountain is an absolute beginner. Cheetah G and Art Light North. Charles Beginner. Beginner's rule. You have the freedom to experiment. Absolutely. Crispy Dry says, buy from your local art supply shop, not Amazon. Absolutely, if you've got one. Not everybody has. If you live on a farm in the middle of Montana, you might be 200 miles to your nearest art shop, and we certainly don't have a nearest art shop to buy anything from. So, and at the moment, they may well be closed. So if you want to, if you want to help me and help the show, buy it from Amazon. Let's not get into that. Okay. So we're going to start. This is the head. And let's think about a stick person. Okay. So we want to get this sort of curved body. That's going to be the neck. And the shoulder's going to be going slightly across there. Can you see all right? I think. Yeah. And you're also going to want an eraser as well. So if we come down to about there, and then it's basically a stick person. But if we put a kind of a little trapezoid, I think we call them trapezia, and the Americans call them trapezoids, and then we talk about trapezoidal, and the Americans talk about trapezi. It's the Atlantic. Things change as it goes across. There we go. So, and I think actually I'm going to make that even more of an angle. Let it sort of make it more bouncy. So if you kind of think, you got the hips there, and then a little bit sticks out, and then we're going to have the thigh bones connected to the leg bone, connected to the ankle bone, connected to the foot bone, and then here we're going to have the thigh bone is sort of coming back, and then we'll be swinging back there. That's going to be the knee, and then we got the leg bone, the foot bone down there, and we're going, wow, hey, it's spring. Okay. So and this is when I am drawing, this is what I do, and I'm thinking I want to get that kind of way kind of feeling, so I just do it, and then I kind of look to see what are my arms doing, and they're going out, slightly up, and then slightly up again, and then that's probably going out there slightly. They may be changing at the elbow a little bit, and then we're going to want the hands at the end. And then if we look at the hand, we got the arm coming up, and it's basically a circle, and we got the thumb coming out, which is like a hook, a hook going sideways, and then 4 little sausages going up. So if we just kind of draw a little hook sideways for the thumb, then we want 1, 2, 3, 4 sausages, and 1, 2, 3, 4 sausages. And, well, you know, then it all gets into genetics. Whether your ring finger is longer than your index finger and everything all depends on the testosterone that there was in the womb when you were little or something, and it all gets very complicated. So we can kind of draw the body in there. Let's get rid of that bit of whatever that was. That was the first pelvis, wasn't it? And then, so we got a kind of a structure that we can build on now. We're going to want, that's going to be, say, the fringe. I think when people start drawing, one thing they do is never put enough hair on. So let's go, whoa, right around the top there like that. And then sort of little curves on the side. You cannot have too much hair, but you can have too little hair, as I'm beginning to notice myself. But when it comes to hair can always be, you know, when you're doing hairstyles can always be blown up, bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you make them too small and too tight, then they never quite look right, and then it all comes down to the shape of the head, and then the shape of the head doesn't look right, and so. Where are we now? So we're going to want to have clothes. Well, let's just kind of thicken up these arms like that, and we'll think that's it. So having this pelvis bit here will kind of show you where the top is coming down to, and then we can just come straight down to the knee there, and then down there, and then up to the crutch, and then that's going to come to the knee, into the back of the knee, and down. And then come the shoes. People get scared of shoes. Shoes are horrible things to draw, but just think of it as like a triangle, like that. Okay, and then 2 little bits. Then that's going to the bit around the top. So here we'll have a triangle. The short part of the triangle is the heel at the back, so that's coming down around like that, and you can see we've kind of got her already. She's still on the camera. I have to keep checking that it's all in the right position. Have we got any questions? We should stop. Is everybody talking about Amazon? Oh dear, everyone's anti-Amazon. Well, you see, it's really, really difficult because I rely on Amazon. I rely on Amazon to sell my books, to print and publish, and it's swings and roundabouts. And I held out from using Amazon. We live in a tight little market town, and I held out from using Amazon for a long time until finally our bookshop closed, and I thought, what do you do? What do you do? You can't keep fighting it forever. You can try, but you're probably going to go down doing it. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. That's the wrong way, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, no more talking about Amazon. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start off with like that. Okay, that's all you need for a fringe. This is loose. Okay, just to give you an idea what's going on, I'm going to come in like that. So that's kind of the parting in the hair, and then I'm just going to go woo like that, and maybe a bit bigger on the other side, woo like that, and that's all you need. And then I will draw in the face, so you can draw in the face there like that. I'm going a bit slower. I'm leaving you moments to join. I can just. Where are we? The nearest shops are fine, but don't carry a lot of my preferred products. You see, Clay. It's everyone is different. I think if you're living in a city, it's different to if you're living out in the country. It's some people love Amazon. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to stop talking about Amazon. Is everybody following? Yeah. Right. And then I'm going to give her a little neck there as well. And I'm just going to kind of scribble the bottom of her hair like that. And here, a bit of a flick. And you can do sound effects as well if you like, because I find they help. So, and a couple of little extra sort of bits like that. Maybe a bit up there. And now I'm going to put in the eyes, because I think it's really... I always find that once I get the eyes in, you kind of connect with the character that you're drawing. And so I'm going to draw two... They're not quite circles, they're elliptical, squashed in this way a little bit. And then bang in the middle, I'm going to put the eyeballs so that it's kind of like a chunky letter C. And a little bit in the C that's missing is the reflection in the eye, and it just kind of makes a drawing pop a little bit by having that kind of... It just makes the eyes look alive. You know, if you've ever seen a dead animal, the eyes are glazed over, and that shininess in the eye kind of tells you the character is alive. And I'm going to give her... I'll give her a kind of squidgy nose there, but... I'm going to give her just a kind of a cute little nose like that. So it's a whoosh, whoosh. That's all you need. And then the mouth, a curve, and a curve underneath. I've got a whole series of videos about drawing cartoon people. I should put a link. I can't now, but I'll put a link in the bottom down below. And in fact, if you go over to Patreon, my Patreon page, which there is a link down below, all the videos on there I put free, because it's just so complicated keeping up with Patreon. But you can support me on there if you like. Buy me a cup of coffee. But if you go over to Patreon, you will find there are various courses on there, and you'll find the videos, and you will find the printout sheets that I did to go with it as well. So I'll put the links down below eventually. Now what we're going to do is just go slightly up from this neck, and we're going to go around and behind like that, and then we can just kind of just someone's going, no, that's not just. To me it's just. Some people go, ah! So we're coming around in a loop and around back in a loop like that. Sorry, that went a bit quick, didn't it? But you need to do it fairly quickly to get that quick loose feel. So I'm going to come up to I'm going to come from the shoulder up to the wrist. Okay, are you watching? I'm going to come along there, and I'm going to wiggle in at the elbow, because when you get up to the elbow, you get these creases, and that's what those little wriggles are, like that. And then we're going to go up and just squiggle across for the cuffs at the end. And then we have to decide quite how buxom she is, because one of the reasons this was a rough one, and I didn't do this as the finished one, was because she's a little bit buxom, and I thought she was a bit too buxom. So you kind of need to draw the things that are nearest to you. So if you think, yeah. So start in the armpit, and then we're going to have a little sort of bump like that. And then we can carry on with the shoulder here with the arm. So it's going to come up to the elbow and then up to there. And then we can bring this down and maybe put a couple of little, it's like a letter 3 there. So that's kind of where, what is that bit called? The ribbing at the bottom. It's like the waist cuff. It's not very technical, is it? So let's do this on the other side. So I'm going across from the neck across to the shoulder, wiggle, wiggle, and then up to the cuff. So I'm coming down there, wiggle, 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 up, scribble, scribble for the for the cuff, and I'm coming down there, and then I'll stop when I get to that, and then I can come down and maybe another little wiggle and across there, and then we can maybe kind of add some extra bits on the bottom there, the cuff, and then there's a little hint of bust on the side there as well. So now we need to draw the trousers. So I'm kind of trousers, pants. It's that mid-Atlantic thing again, isn't it? We call them trousers here, or leggings. She's a lady, so yeah, she might call them leggings or whatever. But I would call them trousers, and in America you may call them pants. Which, in the UK, pants are what you wear underneath your trousers, and so if you say pants, I imagine that kitten they are giggling away in Leon C. Pants. There we go. I said it. So let's come down there, and we kind of wiggle into the back of the knee and up to the bottom of the trousers, pants, into the knee, up there, and we'll probably have some creases there, and a crease in the back of the knee, come down to the front, and a bit of a wiggle at the bottom there as well. And let's do these hands next. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm coming around like a little hook for the thumb, and then we want to go up a little bit and then into those fingers. So they're just sausages, don't think of them as fingers. And then we're going to do a curve there, a little curve like that for these lines that we get on our hand like that. So you can see hook, sausage, 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 and back again. So here we're going to go up a little bit, and then we're going to do a sausage and a sausage and a sausage and a sausage and back, and then that little hooky thing on the palm of the hand. How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me see if we've got any more messages. Have we got any more messages? Again, let's have the freedom. Like a flower pot. What? Oh, hi Clay, like a flower. Oh no, right, okay. I'm missing something. My nearest shop's no, I'm missing something there. Amazon is a small business killer. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's how it happened. Anyway, so big shit, perfect place to draw along. Get drawing, people. Hey Shoo, hey Judy, how are you doing? I was just telling Cage of Sunshine. I was just saying how you referred to my style as Lucy. And so that's what I'm trying to do today. And I know you want to learn how to draw Lucy, don't you? I could just pop back for a moment. There I am. Big Shed, Pat. Oh, I don't know. Judy's talking all sorts of things. Dhabi Disco Vlogs. That's a great name. Shoo. Dhabi Disco. Chris McDyer. Is it a small comic or a comic about Austin Minis? Oh, I'm missing something. How to find it? My hesitation just resulted in a black eye. Oops. Yeah, but then that's quite fun because then you eventually going to draw the bird that flew into her and, is spinning out of control. You make the most out of your mistakes. It's a small comic. Excuse me. I was listening to something and they were talking about a cough button on the radio. If you were doing a podcast, you have a cough button. So if you want to cough, you press a button, whoosh, and the sound mutes. I can actually do that. I can go. Come back. And then I need to come back again. So, can you please move the paper up? Yeah, I've seen. I think I have. Oh, you probably will. Actually, you want to see you don't want to see that. You want to see the picture, don't you? Yeah. There we go. Could you please read the paper? So, Fina, hi from Vancouver Island. How are you doing? A lovely week on Vancouver Island. We spent a lovely time in Tofino, and it was foggy. This fog came down. We arrived, the sun was there, fog came down, and I went down to the pier, and I said to the guy, any chance we could go around in a float plane? I just wanted to take off on the water, and oh no, not in this cloud, So anyway, the morning we were leaving, 2 days later, then I went. I said, any chance? He said, what do you want? And I said, I just want to take off and land on water. I said, oh yeah, come on. So we went and did that. And so we went and flew up above the clouds and out to see where the mist disappeared. And we saw a whale breaching down. Fantastic. Had a lovely time in Vancouver. Love the breakdown of the drawing. Thank you, Carla Harrell. Thank you. The pelvis trapezoidal thingy looks like a... Oh, that's what it is. I'm with you. It's a flower pot. Elvis the flower pot. Yeah. Yes, that's Lucy. Good. Lucy Goosey. Righty tighty. Oh, well, I love watching you draw. Yes. Did you eat at Takafina? Oh, this was some time ago, so I don't remember where we eat. It must have been 10 years ago, I think. Anyway. I hope you're healthy, Chick. Yes, I am. Thank you, Tudor G. Love your positivity in these dark times. Okay, let's go back to the drawing. And what are we going to do? Shoes. Let's do these shoes. Now, we want her jumping. So she's jumping in the air. Okay. So we need her foot pointing down. So that's going to be kind of the ankle and the sock showing. So I'm actually going to have this more pointy coming down like that. So it's a triangle. That's the heel, that's the sole, and that's the top. This is fine here. And I'm going to come down a little bit. So that is the ankle sticking out from under the trousers, the pants. And then if you draw a little curve there, and you could kind of draw a little sausage around there, which is kind of her, at the top of her sock rolled up on the top of her shoe. Now we're going to come down. You can make this slightly curvy, and that's where it's a curvy triangle. Okay, so we'll come around. We don't want to point on this triangle at all, and then we'll come around like that. Okay, and we can do the same here. We'll come out with a little bit of ankle and around with some sort of sock top like that, and then go around, curve a little bit around, so it's still a triangle, but it's a curvy triangle like that. Okay, and then we're going to want to start round about there, and we'll come around here, and then just wiggle, 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 and come around, and that's going to be the rubber sole bit around the bottom of her shoe. So we'll start just around the corner a bit and around, and then wiggle, 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 wiggle all the way around like that. Now we need all the other bits. So it's kind of like a pair of trainers. So here I'm going to go curve up and then kind of hook around to the top. It's the same here, but in a different direction. So we're going to curve around and then hook around to the top. Halfway down, well, no, actually about a third of the way down from the heel. We're going to go up into a quarter circle. We do this other one here. It's going down into a quarter circle. And then we'll just do a curve around the top and a curve around the top there. Now that's not very loosey, so we're going to do loosey laces. Loosey laces and loosey bows. Is anyone here called Lucy? She draws shoes, exactly. There we are. That's what Matt says. Okay, there we go. We're going to do loosey laces. Are you watching? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Like, okay, that's how you tie your laces. It probably wasn't on the screen, was it? That's the problem. Okay. There we go. She's wearing Yeezys. Oh, I don't know what they are. What's that, Nate? What are Yeezys? I don't know. So, what is next? Next, we make sure that the ink is dry. Sting! Out comes my hairdryer. And there's going to be a noise. You can just wait for a minute if you want. You don't have to. But if you don't make sure that the ink is dry, then when you start to erase all those pencil lines, you're going to get a great big smudge. So make sure that that the ink is dry, and also make sure that you didn't press too hard in the first place. Now's not the time to tell you that, is it? But I've told you 1,000 times before, probably about 1,700 times before on different videos, on different channels. Don't press too hard, because if you press too hard, it's very difficult to erase. Oop, there we go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to draw a little line there to let me know where it ought to be. Good. So, do you want me to draw the bunny as well? There ought to be a way of... I tell you what, if there are 19 thumbs up at the moment, and if I get 5 thumbs up, 20, then I will draw the bunny. That's 20 thumbs up. Okay, keep going. Click that thumbs up. Click that thumbs up. There might not be more than 5 people watching. I need another 4 thumbs up. Come on, you can do. Of course, I have about a 10-second delay here, which is a bit of a problem. So I have to wait. I have to give you a chance. I will drink my cup of tea. It's 21. 21. We got a yes and a yes. I'll call those thumbs ups. 23. Yes. Disco, Shoo, your drawings are amazing. Plus, is subscribed to you. Please, can you shout me out? Dhabi Disco Vlogs, I am shouting you out. So, 1 year I saw you at Lavenham Festival. I'm going back there to Lavenham Festival. Well, assuming it's still on, but that's in October. So I'm coming back to Lavenham. And you don't know it, but I do. At Lavenham Festival this year, you will also have Sir Michael Morpurgo, which is going to be rather fun. And I did lots of illustrations for his books, so it'd be nice to see him again. Giving me your dress-up drawing vibes. I love it. Janine Stanfield. Yes, we got 31. Yeah, okay. So let's do the bunny. Rayner Burmeister. Bunny. 33 of us watching. Good. Thanks, Judy. Maxine Davis. Yes. I really need to get on that for a few comic artists have asked to see my stuff, but I haven't posted anything anywhere at all because I need to stop worrying about who likes them. You certainly do. That's the thing, isn't it? I think, it's really, really difficult. I think when you start out drawing, you don't really want anybody to see, do you? Because you think you're no good, but you are. And to most people, especially to people who don't draw, you are amazing. The very fact that you picked up a piece of paper and made a mark on a piece of paper, because it's a bit like singing, and most other people are really embarrassed. Most people are embarrassed when they sing, especially on their own or public speaking. And I think people, I'm just going to give her a pocket there as well. I think most people are a little bit shy of letting people see their drawings, and because it is a very personal kind of thing. But if you show people, they will be amazed that you've even done it, and very soon they get used to your style and they start wanting to know what you're doing next, and and it all just happens. Right, let's draw this bunny rabbit. So we want an oval, and we're going to have a couple of ears, so maybe it's a hair, I don't know, and we're going to have a little ball on the end there. And then legs. Is this going to be on there? Yeah, legs are really, really weird things. So we want to curve and then go up and then down like that. Curve, up, down. And then put a little ellipse at the end as well. And then we want a kind of an S shape like that. It's not very loose, is it though? And then we want the paw to be something like that at the front, and the chest will be going something like that, and then we'll see another paw something like that, and then the other leg will be maybe there. I think the eyes are really important because we want to get a connection going on here. So I'm going to draw I need my glasses on, I can't see what I'm doing. so I'm going to draw these great big eyes like that, and we want to get a connection going on here, so we need to draw the eyeballs like up here like that. Okay, and then we'll draw a nose, and then let's get a stupid kind of grin on its face, and then we can come around there, and now you can just you don't have to follow the lines that you've done, because if you follow the lines you're going to get tight, so just kind of draw around them really. I shouldn't have put the nose there, never mind. It's too late. Let's come down the back and then for a little kind of cotton bobtail thing going on there, and then just scribble like that, curl, 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 and then up there, come down here, curl, 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 up, and then the faster you can do it, the more kind of scribbly and loosey it's going to be. Curl, 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 and up like that. That nose is all wrong, but actually what I could do is to bring that around there. That makes it a little bit better. And then I'm just going to draw some grass. There you are. You see, that was quite easy. And I'm going to draw some flowers. Wee, scribble, wee, scribble, 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 scribble. See, that wasn't too difficult. And then some centres on the flowers like that. How are we doing? How long have we been going for? A while? 4:47 is going to be an hour, isn't it? At least. Right. That's the drawing. That's the half part. I'm just going to dry that. And I'm going to erase that. And I think I can't find the paint box. It's hiding underneath that drawing. There we are. So what are we going to do? First of all, I'm going to clean one of these little palettes. So I'm going to squeeze this aquash brush a little bit to get some water in there, just to clean out a palette. And then clean the brush because that picked up some stuff. We want a skin tone. I want a little bit of this red, which I've forgotten what it's called. Is that scarlet or vermilion? I can't remember. Anyway, red. Okay. There we are. Good. So what I'm going to do, shall I zoom in a little bit on so you can see when I do the face like that. I'm going to get a little bit of lemony yellow, and I'm going to get a little bit of ochre in there as well. Now normally I would use a colour. I'm going to try a bit of that yellow. It's too, oh no, it's got mixed up. A little bit of that and a little bit of ochre. And the secret with watercolour is to keep it wet and thin. So normally I would use a colour called Naples yellow, but I'm trying to use the colours that come with the box so that you don't get confused. And what I'm doing is I'm leaving little areas unpainted, so around the nose and around the cheeks, and so while it is still wet, I'm dropping in around the outside like that. I'm dropping the pink in there. Can you see that okay? Yeah. And then maybe a little bit stronger red, so she's got sort of glowing cheeks. And then maybe a a little bit more around here. You know, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep working on this. And if you get lost, you can always, when I've finished, you can always, you know, sort of press the replay button and go back to it. If you remember, we are now 40-something minutes in, 50 minutes in. So come back to here. So I'll try and put a thing to remind people what time I start painting. Give a link, kind of thing. I'm going to give her a bright yellow top. So, as I said, the thing with watercolour is you're not painting with paint, you're painting with water, you're painting with light. And the light, I'll just keep saying this, the light is coming from the paper and it has to come through the paint. If you make the paint too thick, it won't be bright. Does that make sense? Now I'm getting a bit of the darker cadmium yellow, and so I'm just going to kind of paint that in down there and on the sides, just to get that shading in there. I know Judy was asking me about shading. So I'm kind of imagining the sun is kind of coming down from this direction. So anything that will be sort of facing the sun will be lighter, and anything that is round the corner a bit will be darker. And you can do the shading with cross hatching or something like that if you want, or you can just do it with colour. So, and I'm going to put a little bit of shadow in underneath her cute little Peter Pan collar there, and a bit more shading underneath there. And now that her face is dry, I'm also going to put a little bit of shadow underneath her fringe like that. And then we also need to do something with her hands, like that, and like that. I'm kind of thinking about all the various things I'm going to be doing. You know, might possibly be doing over the next however long it's going to be. I hope it's not too long, for everyone's sake. And I got a feeling I might at some point be showing you how to do a bit of self-publishing kind of thing, because people have been asking me about how, you know, now they've got this time on their hands, they might want to write that picture book they've always wanted to do. So I might well be doing some, you know, showing you how to do things on the computer a bit. And I am at the moment, what am I trying to do here? I am at the moment trying to wean myself off Adobe, because it costs me about £600 a year to have Photoshop and InDesign Publisher. I tried a year ago, but the time wasn't ready. But I'm trying now to wean myself off it. And there's this great software called Affinity Photo and Affinity Publisher. Now, I'm not getting anything from them. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. But I'm trying to wean myself onto this software, and that's what I will be sharing if I do. And at the moment they're doing a thing specially for the pandemic thing. They put half price on everything. So I think you can, for £60 or something, you can get a brilliant publisher package and a brilliant photo editing package, just as good as Photoshop. Certainly for the things that most people need. So if you wanted to do that, then you'll know what on earth I'm talking about as the weeks go by. What a dreadful thought that we're going to have to be here. Well, no, it's great to have you here. You know what I mean. It's great to have you here. Great to have you all watching. I'm getting some burnt sienna here, and then I'm going to get some ultramarine, and I'm going to mix the two together in the hope of getting a kind of, some of you know I like neutral tint, but this will give you a similar kind of thing. Okay, so it's more ultramarine and a little bit of burnt sienna. So I'm using the brush to make marks here, and I'm wanting there to be sort of a little shiny bit across the top there like that. And I'm using the brush to sort of get that flicky shape. And then, I don't know, what am I going to try to mix some other things in here. Getting a bit of green, and then maybe a bit of burnt umber in there, and a bit more. I'll probably need some more blue. And then, so, one thing I don't want you to do is to think, oh, I need black. And to go and sort of buy a black watercolour and stick it in there, because black just punches a hole in the watercolour. Right, I need to clean this brush. So she's got this delicate shade of green hair. Okay, so that's... Now, I'm going to get a bit more ultramarine blue. I'm just going to flick that around in her eye like that, and a little bit under her teeth, and maybe a bit on this Peter Pan collar like that. And then I'm going to give her a little... Imagine these are flowers on her t-shirt like that, and then we can have some green, like little stalks on the flowers like that. And I'm going to be pretty boring and give her sort of blue jeans, and that's just a question of painting that in, really. Like that. And it doesn't matter if you go over the lines, it's allowed, and while I've got some blue, I'm going to put in some kind of whooshy things and sort of like bouncing. Oh, I need to go. Need to come back out again now, don't I? Yeah. Oh, I remembered. Hooray. And then the bunny rabbit. The bunny rabbit is not terribly good. I'm not terribly happy with that. It's the nose. The nose is all wrong. But I'm going to give it a pink nose. I'm going to give it pink ears. Pink ears and a little bit of pink around the mouth. And the rest is going to be kind of a blue. So I'm just going to do whoosh, whoosh, whoosh in there. And then I'm just dropping a lot of ink in on top just to kind of wash that in. The bunny rabbit was an afterthought, so so I think if I was doing this for a birthday card, I think not happy with the rabbit, and I'd have to do the whole thing again. But we haven't got time to do that. So let's get some green. So this is sap green. I'm going to mix that with a bit of the yellow that I've got there, and then just kind of whoosh, loosey painting. Here we are, and come in around there. Just whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh, I haven't done the shoes, have I? No, there. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So let's do the shoes. I'll tell you what. Let's get some straight yellow like that onto those flowers. We're just picking a bit of green up from somewhere, but there we go. And I'm going to give her pink shoes. Why not? So we'll just give her pink shoes. A bit like kickers from the 1980s. Remember them? Oh, I had a pair of red kickers. This is taking me right back. In fact, I had a pair of jeans. I had a pair of corduroys that were so tight, and they were that colour. This is obviously sort of subliminal, isn't it? Petrol blue they were. Boy, did I look good in that? Yeah. So, good. That's that. If you wanted, what you could do is get just a slightly darker shade, and then just kind of wiggle that in there, just to get that, where the light is creating a shadow. And then here, I'm going to have a little bit of red in the middle of the flowers so you know what's going on. Let's have some more green, but we'll have a darker green this time. And this will be much more kind of flicky, just to give more kind of, you can have that kind of exploding around her feet there. And then we can sort of also have some stalks holding the flowers up. Is anybody still watching? I'm talking to myself. And then what we could do is have a bit of blue. I'm just kind of have some little blues, like forget-me-nots or something like that. They're just sort of springing up in the meadow, and just flick those in there like that. So there we go. I think we are done. How are you doing? Let me see. Oh my goodness, I think there's probably a million things I haven't read here. I know she's excited about spring, but we're getting snow flurries here in Rhode Island right now. Oh my goodness. Debbie, because of coronavirus, you're still doing YouTube videos because I think your drawings are amazing. I am. I'm doing these live shows. I'm doing them every day this week because of coronavirus. Okay, so I'm stuck at home. You're stuck at home. Come and join in. Caroline, I am late. Just came back from work. Hi, Caroline. How are you? Carolina. Serafina, yes, please. I don't know what for. Affinity is good, and for painting, I feel Critter is good. Yeah, I don't do digital painting, so it just doesn't do it for me. I'm just too old school, and so I'll show some stuff for touching up and preparing for print and that kind of thing as we go on. Serafina, I'm working on drawing for my first book ever right now. It's about cats. So many cats, yes. I've done quite a few cats in my time. Matt prefers doing everything traditionally. Trails. Cats are good. There we are. Crispy and DIY. The wonky nose gives the rabbit charm. Happy little accidents. Bob Ross. So I love the bunny. I don't see any of his flaws. Oh well, you see, this is the thing. You see, I look at that rabbit. Oh, it's wrong. Oh, it's rubbish. Oh, it's no good. You know, I shouldn't let them see it. And you're saying you like the rabbit. See, so that's the thing. It's the eye of the beholder, isn't it? So if you're scared of letting people see your drawings, bung them up on Instagram. See what happens. And in fact, if you're doing this drawing now, put it on Instagram or Twitter, and with the hashtag ShooBeDoodle. Hang on, can I put an overlay on there? I can go and put, so hashtag, oh, where are we now? I have to go, wait a minute, hashtag ShooBeDoodle. Right, good, so I can add that. Yeah, there we go. So, if you're going to do a version of this, put it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag ShooBeDoodle, and then I'll be able to see it. And then I can... So, hang on a minute, there was something I was going to do. I've got this extra screen up now, it's so confusing. So, now let me see. If I do that and I do internet browser, so no, that's not going to do it. So I need to go to the screen there. And we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. So, this is Steve Anthony. He's going to come and join us tomorrow. And you can see his most famous book is called the Mr. Panda Bear books. So he's going to come and talk about that and stuff tomorrow. I was going to show... Oh, that's him when he's a kid. Isn't that so sweet? Go and have a look at his website, steveanthony.com. So ShooBeDoodle on Instagram. Yeah, so people have been doing stuff. Look, Karina has been doing how to draw the corona. Irony of ironies. My video, how to draw the coronavirus, is going viral. So if you want to draw that, put that on as well. So Sharon Greaves Illustration has been doing some stuff there, and has particularly been doing... I've got a couple of videos, I think, talking about how to draw characters from different angles and how to sort of work and build your character up so that you know how to draw them from different angles. I'll try and remember to put a link in down below later. As Karina's done a coffee pot as well. This is from my Draw Stuff Real Easy channel. If you don't know about that, Draw Stuff Real Easy, all one word. Go and have a look. Crispin, hey, there you are. Look, there's your fire bucket. We had this big thing about why there is that ball on the end. And so I think Wikipedia says that it's kind of has a physical effect and whooshes the water out fast when you throw it or something. And people having a go. And look, this is a multifarious guy with my set having a go at drawing stuff and putting it on website. Look, they got the kit. There we are. Yeah, crisp and dry again. There we are. Let's move over that one. That's me. Okay. And what else did I have? So, and on Twitter, we have from David Webb. I read Craig Manure last week. Now, why won't... Oh, we can't see the whole of that. Oh, there we are. I read the Craig Manure story last week, and this is his Craig Manure, which is great. I had to do the whole thing in a terrible Scottish accent. You can go and see what I did last week. Find the story of Craig Manure. And this is about the Affinity thing as well, to remind me to tell you. Affinity Publisher. So macOS and Windows, and also on iPad as well. 50% off. So it's $23.99 in the UK, so which is a bit of a bargain. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at what you're saying and come back to me. And I haven't had any sound effects. No, that didn't work, did it? Sound effects. No. Oh, yes. There we are. Good sound effects. So, what have we got? I'm listening as I paint. It says, Tilly, hello, how are you? How are you? It's been following me for years and years and years and years. Eventually went to art school. Brilliant. Is now an illustrator. Jessica Taylor, I'm still watching. Kit Bit still here and enjoying it. Say hello to your mum again. I'm mostly listening as I draw. Bob Book, that was fun, thanks. And Chris Creeno, that's so cute. Rayner Burmeister, lovely bunnies. Nicely done. Enjoyed Christmas. You can feel I'm kind of getting towards the end, aren't I? So trails. How to understand light and shadow. Yeah, that's the tricky bit. Okay, I'll have a think about that for tomorrow. Serafina, awesome. Tudor G, finished my drawing. Yes, put it up on something. Christmas Drive, thanks for everything, Shoo. And thank you all for watching. And I should be saying thanks for watching and practice and everything. But I got a little button here, and when I press that, it'll do it all for me. So stay safe. Keep washing your hands. Stay inside. Keep away from people. Stay with people here. Come back tomorrow, 4 o'clock. And I'll see you then. You take care. I'm going to press this button now. Well, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed that, then please do make sure you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner Drawing channel, and while you're about it, click the little bell next to the subscribe button and you will be notified when the next live drawing video will be. In the meantime, keep drawing, practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye.